Howdy. This might spark some discussions, but anyway, this is what we're up to. NASA, why we haven't met other intelligent life? Yeah, rarely you stumble across intelligent life on Earth, but anyway. We all like to think that we are not alone in the universe, that there are other intelligent life forms out there just waiting to be discovered. But according to a new theory presented by NASA scientists, we may never meet them. How else could it be? There's 96% of the universe is made by dark matter, 96% of our brain is not used, and so on. Which probably means that 96% of the things they are telling us are wrong. But anyway, and the reason is pretty crushing. Why haven't we found aliens yet? The theory goes like this: our universe is huge and it's been around for a long time. And all that time, surely some other civilizations would have arisen and developed technology that would allow them to communicate with us across the vast distances of space. So why haven't we heard from any of them? The answer, according to NASA scientists, is that most likely they've all gone extinct before they ever had a chance to reach out to us. Yeah, we are the last ones, really. Hmm. The reasons for this range from self destruction, think nuclear war, to environmental collapse, think climate change, whatever the cause. It seems clear that any civilization advanced enough to develop interstellar communication is also vulnerable enough to destroy itself before it can make contact with others. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe we get extinct before we make it. You know, nuclear war, climate change. Hmm. Well, anyway, the theory presents a pretty bleak outlook for humanity's future prospects of meeting other intelligent life forms in the universe. It's possible that we are completely alone here. Or if there are others out there, they are so far away and or different from us that communication between our two species is impossible. Yes, like Northern and Southern Korea, they cannot communicate with each other. They are neighbors on this very planet, and these kind of examples, there are all over the place. But anyway, this is just what I think. There are a lot of theories about why we haven't met other intelligent life, but one of the most crushing is the idea that we're simply too young. Mm. The universe is estimated to be around 14 billion years old, and our solar system is thought to be around 4.5 billion years old. That means that even if there was another civilization out there that formed at the same time as us, ours, they would already be so far ahead of us technologically that we would never be able to catch up. We would be like cavemen trying to understand a smartphone. Just think of it. How many people have a smartphone? How many people have the possibility to Google whatever they want? And what do? They watch cat videos and stuff like that, getting entertained watching murder mysteries from somewhere or whatever stuff. Yeah, this is how smartphones are used nowadays. And even if by some miracle we didn't manage to make contact with another civilization, what could we possibly have in common? They would have evolved in a completely different way than us, and their values and beliefs would likely be unrecognizable to us. We might as well be aliens to each other. Yes, we are aliens to each other. That's why we have borders and political systems and all kinds of other things, belief systems. It's possible that we are not the only intelligent life in the universe, but it's possible that we are. If you think about it from a statistical standpoint, it's more likely that there are other civilizations out there somewhere because chances are good that some planets will develop conditions conducive for life and therefore intelligence over time, given enough tries. No, I wanted to zoom in that. I cannot zoom. So, this was a very short text from NASA with pictures from NASA. They are as fantastic, which means probably unrealistic, as all the pictures from black holes and stuff, Doctor Who or whatever we see here. And I just want to share with you a small part from Alex Collier. I don't know if some of you have heard of Alex Collier, but I don't know. I don't really, in a way, care if he just figured this whole thing out by himself or not. I don't somehow think that he has, because he can make one think about certain things. It's very interesting. And I just wanted to share a part of his talk. There's a bunch of material from him available in the internet for everyone who has time and the interest to give him, lean him a ear and stuff. So first, that's some 3 hours long, and it's from '96. If you want to make research about him, do it. I every now and then listen to him because he has somehow like a very different perspective, and it has very interesting things. So let's just give it a go.
They were moved. Even Earth was moved from its rotation twice. And there's a possibility, if it's able to happen, and I talked with Jay-Z, that they want to do it again. The flood of Noah, okay, is a moving of the planet from its original orbit. That's what caused it. Okay, we're talking about huge motherships that just hook a little chain to the planet and just move it. Okay, they have this technology, but that's what it is. It's technology. Okay, apparently we can do these things with our own minds if we're disciplined enough and we're clearly focused on our intent. And but talking with Jay-Z, that is exactly what Ramtha apparently has been teaching you. Okay, so remember who we originally were before we fell into time and fell into physicality. So I will read this. In your linear time of third density measurement of 439,231 rotations ago, war on a grave scale occurred in your solar system. This aggression occurred against those on your worlds that included not only you Terrans, but also those of Nibiru. This invasion of your system by Orion was led by a queen named Suti. This war was destructive on many levels and frequencies of physicality. We will focus tonight on your Terran physical form. It matters little to those who hear you, Alex, who do not listen. Please share this regardless of any emotional return to you in challenge. When your science truly removes their bigotry, they will discover of the wisdom of it. The last grave conflict was very harmful to your physical form. Many weapons of destruction, many of atom splitting have been used, which means nuclear weapons. This is the reason for most of your Terran skin tones. We shall explain. Orion was and is most interested in the females of your race because of the procreation, reproductive, and genetic strengths. We want to share the fact that much of your Terran history has been misleading in its truth by those who eventually conquered in control of your solar system. Nibiru won, but only a short battle, before they and other outposts were forced to leave your solar system because of genetic damage. Your original races were green-skinned. This we know because of large copper traces in your Terran 22 blood types. Also, the pituitary and thyroid were fully functional. The genetic damage to these organs was caused by radioactivity in air and all things of contact. The air was like this for a long time. It caused the genetic memory of these organs to be closed and almost atrophied. Your world experienced drastic changes in climate and massive magnetic fluctuations. Your different skin tones, spaces, are a result of an edema damage to your blood. It was then necessary for survival to create self-sufficient and contained environmental habitats, both above and below the earth. Now, folks, this is what the Garden of Eden was. It was an artificially created environmental habitat. Okay, it's like like what Richard Holtman's been talking about. You know, you take a dome city, you build this dome, and then you terraform it underneath that. It's exactly what these were. Let's see, where was I? Much of the fossilization of your Terran remnants is caused by this radiation of your planet. Your system contained 3 suns at the time. Only 2 remain. I'll read that again. Your system contained 3 suns at the time. Only 2 remain.
Yeah, it might be Saturn, but there's other things, like our skin tone would have been green. Yes, it would make sense. Photosynthesis and such, okay? Plants are green, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched if you think about it. If you have the guts to think about these kind of things. Like, you know, there are people, they don't even have the guts to think about it. And then it's another thing to tell it to someone that, hey, I was thinking about this. You know, that's another big step. You might be stamped as crazy. And there is other thing about the copper. Our blood is based on iron, that's why it's red. If it would be more based on copper, it would be blue. But anyway, if you're bored today, there's 3 hours of talk of him. There is like so many interesting things. It's amazing. In 96, and in this special part here, he's like reading from a paper, but usually it's just talking. And I didn't have the time to search for specific things. And like, he is an original tax man, you know, basically. One of the good people. But he was on the ship of those, his friends, and this other guy, he was then explaining that, could you tell me how like your monetary system works, capitalism and all these kind of things? And he started to explain because he knew. He's a tax man. He knows how it works, you know. And then he started to explain, you know, people go to work and they get taxed and they pay and the schools are built and blah, 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 all this stuff. And at one point, his friend interrupted him and said that, you know, I don't understand. Why? What? Yeah, you know, I don't understand your monetary system, tax paying and all this. I don't get it. And he was like, why? No one, like, I really can explain it to you because I know about it. I'm a tax officer or whatever. And then the other one replied that, yeah, why anyone, anywhere, should have to pay to live on a planet? This is what I don't understand. And he was baffled. And if you think about that simple question, why does anybody anywhere has to pay to live on a planet where he or she was born? You're like, really? And we are searching for intelligent life with this kind of attitude? If you don't pay rent for the planet or whatever, you just, you know. But I think I leave it here. Let's see. Might be interesting to get some comments. So keep them going. Keep them coming. I try to respond to them. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to write and get my head together around a specific theme or whatsoever. But that's the thing, you know. That's why we are here, sharing different points of views and all these kind of things, and asking questions. Why do we have to pay to live on this planet? How advanced is this kind of system after all? Maybe we aren't as advanced as the media and all those commercials are suggesting us. But I leave it up to you. Make up your own mind. Don't believe me. Get the information you need in order to make the most coherent picture possible. If you leave something out, you will never find the truth. Everything has to be taken into account. Everything. Geology, weather, history, mysticism, everything. Daily news. But anyway, thanks. Bye.